Okay. Another, you know what, I missed doing this, but would you turn to Judges 11? I wasn't following my notes, I was following the typewritten sheet, and I really need to go back to this one. Judges 11. Anybody have any idea? Yeah, Joshua and Judges, if you are not familiar with it. Go to Judges 11. You want to really see the position of women. Abraham gets off saving Isaac. Check this one. Okay.
Drew?
Patrick.
Judges 11, where?
Beginning at verse 1.
Beginning at verse 1. Now Jephthah the Gileadite, the son of a prostitute, was a mighty warrior. Gilead was the father of Jephthah. Gilead's wife also bore him sons, and when his wife's sons grew up, they drove Jephthah away, saying to him, "You shall not inherit anything in our father's house, for you are the son of another woman." Then Jephthah fled from his brothers and lived in the land of Tob. Outlaws collected around Jephthah and went raiding with him. After a time, the Ammonites made war with Israel. And when the Ammonites made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to bring Jephthah from the land of Tob. They said to Jephthah, "Come and be our commander, so that we might fight with the Amorites." But Jephthah said to the elders of Gilead, "Are you not the very ones who rejected me and drove me out of my father's house? So why do you come to me now when you are in trouble?" The elders of Gilead said to Jephthah, "Nevertheless, we have now turned back to you, so that you may go with us and fight with the Ammonites, and become head over us, over all the inhabitants of Gilead." Jephthah said to the elders of Gilead, "If you bring me home again to fight the Ammonites, and the Lord gives them over to me, I will be your head." And the elders of Gilead said to Jephthah, "The Lord will be witness between us. We will surely do as you say." So Jephthah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people made him head and commander over them.
Now jump from there to 29.
Then the Spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah, and he passed through Gilead and Manasseh. He passed on to Mizpah of Gilead, and from Mizpah of Gilead he passed on to the Ammonites. And Jephthah made a vow to the Lord and said, "If you will give the Ammonites into my hand, then whoever comes out of the doors of my house to greet me, to meet me when I return victorious from the Ammonites, shall be the Lord's, to be offered up by me as a burnt offering." So Jephthah crossed over to the Ammonites to fight against them, and the Lord gave them into his hand. He inflicted a massive defeat on them from Aroer into the neighborhood of Minnith, 20 towns, and as far as
Abel Karaman.
So the Ammonites were subdued before the people of Israel.
Okay, next.
Jephthah's daughter.
34.
Then Jephthah came to his home at Mizpah, and there was his daughter coming out to meet him with timbrels and dancing. She was his only child. He had no son or daughter except for her. When he saw her, he tore his clothes and said, "Alas, my daughter, you have brought me very low. You have become the cause of great trouble to me. For I have opened my mouth to the Lord, and I cannot take back my vow." She said to him, "My father, if you have opened your mouth to the Lord, do it to me according to what has gone out of your mouth. Now that the Lord has given you vengeance against your enemies, the Ammonites." And she said to her father, "Let this thing be done for me. Grant me 2 months, so that I may go and wander in the mountains, and bewail my virginity, my companions and I." "Go," he said, and sent her away for 2 months. So she departed, she and her companions, and bewailed her virginity on the mountains. At the end of 2 months she returned to her father, who did with her according to the vow he had made. She had never slept with a man, so there arose an Israelite custom that for 4 days every year the daughters of Israel would go out to lament the daughter of Jephthah the Gileadite.
Lisa says it's like a bachelorette party.
Not a very charming character, was he?
Isn't it interesting, though, that God saves the male child, but the female child, not so much.
She gets the best.
She gets to go play
Well, in some
on
ways,
that.
you might
Huh?
in some ways you might think she's a little dim-witted. I mean, she's got a 2-month head start.
We're going to talk about words that come out of your mouth and what that means.
All I need is about 3 steps.
But she wasn't one of those conniving women.
Right. She was loyal.
Okay.
In the Odyssey as well.
But I just...
known the territory.
Many things are
They sacrificed your over did things to get favorable. Churches probably, didn't they sacrifice, in the Odyssey, didn't they sacrifice one of the king's daughters to get a favorable
Lament.
wind when they were setting out for Troy?
Oh, yeah.
There.
I hate to tell you, women were not highly regarded in the patriarchal period. And I would, yeah. I want to talk about marriage for a minute. We haven't talked too much about marriage because marriage, per se, didn't really exist. That, you
Modern thing.
you stole a bride, or you hit her on the head and dragged her home, or you
Swapped out for.
swapped her for something with her father,
Then off with him.
and,
That's for that.
Cattle were more important.
okay, all marriages were political. All marriages were political. You did it to enlarge your holdings or in some way gain some kind of advantage through marriage. David and Solomon married billions of women, hundreds of women for geopolitical reasons. But marriage was political or financial or to enlarge the tribe. Eleazar, remember Eleazar when Abram said that he didn't have an heir, but his servant Eleazar was going to be his heir? Okay, Eleazar pops up again. Eleazar is sent to find Isaac a wife. And the Lord speaks and tells him exactly what the situation will be. He will ask somebody for water for his sheep, and if she gives them, she is worth marrying. So, he goes off and he sees this lovely woman. Genesis 24, and we will talk about the marriage. I don't know how you all feel about gay marriage. I've been in a relationship for 28 years. I don't care what you call it, folks, that's a marriage. 28 years with the same person. Doesn't have to have a legal paper saying you two are married. This is a marriage.
By Hollywood standards,
Yeah, we're doing better
Like
than
6 months.
24 hours.
Yeah. So, Anyway, 24. Beginning at verse 10. Lisa.
Yes.
Really?
The servant took 10 of his master's camels and, loaded with gifts from his master, traveled to Aram Naharam and the city of Nahor. Is that right?
Whatever.
Outside liked to be right. Outside the city, he made the camels kneel at a well. It was evening, the time when the women came to draw water. He prayed, "O God, God of my master Abraham, make things go smoothly this day. Treat my master Abraham well. As I stand here by the spring while the young women of the town come out to get water, let the girl to whom I say, 'Lower your jug and give me a drink,' and who answers, 'Drink, and let me also water your camels,' let her be the woman you have picked out for your servant Isaac. Then I'll know that you're working graciously behind the scenes for my master." It so happened that the words were barely out of his mouth when Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel, whose mother was Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, came out with a water jug on her shoulder. The girl was stunningly beautiful, a pure virgin. She went down to the spring, filled her jug, and came back up. The servant ran to meet her and said, "Please, can I have a sip of water from your jug?" She said, "Certainly, drink." And she held the jug so that he could drink. When he had satisfied his thirst, she said, "I'll get water for your camels too, unless they've drunk their fill." She promptly emptied her jug into the trough and ran back to the well to fill it, and she kept at it until she had watered all the camels. The man watched, silent. Was this God's answer? Had God made his trip a success or not? When the camels had finished drinking, the man brought out gifts: a gold nose ring weighing a little over 1/4 of an ounce and 2 arm bracelets weighing about 4 ounces, and gave them to her. He asked her, "Tell me about your family. Whose daughter are you? Is there room in your father's house for us to stay the night?" She said, "I'm the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah and Nahor, and there's plenty of room in our house for you to stay, and lots of straw and feed besides."
Hospitality.
At this the man bowed in worship before God and prayed, "Blessed be God, God of my master Abraham. How generous and true you've been to my master. You've held nothing back. You led me right to the door of my master's brother." And the girl was off and running, telling everyone in her mother's house what had happened.
Okay. And of course Isaac marries her. We get introduced to another interesting character at that point. Who is the brother of Rebekah? Laban. Laban will feature very, very strongly in these stories. Okay. We have a wife. We have Rebekah. Okay. Rebekah now becomes pregnant and has twin sons. Okay? Anybody know these famous twins of the patriarchal period? We've all heard this story in Sunday school ad nauseum. Okay? Let's try and make sense out of it, please. Jacob and Esau are twins. Esau is older by 1 minute. Esau's name means ruddy. Jacob's name means usurper. Jacob was born holding on to Esau's heel. I'm being told to drink again. Okay. Rebekah is the second conniving mother.